Good evening, all. Trust you're all well. Seems like only yesterday, but here we are. Round 2 of the US GT3 Championship hosted by CXR Racing. We've got 39 riders tonight taking part, and as usual, I've got my cohorts with me, Ruben and Phil. Good evening, chaps.
Evening, Mark. Evening, Ruben.
So tonight we're at Road Atlanta, not to be confused with Road America. That's next week, I think. So tricky little track, this one.
It should be like especially going around the first corner and then into those S's. We've seen quite a lot of accidents going through in practice. So hopefully it gets a little bit better throughout the race. Like it normally does. People calm down during the race, so should be good. Looking forward to another new adventure because we've never been here as well. So has been a while in the waiting. Looking forward to it. Should be good.
So just over 4 kilometres worth of asphalt to run around. Altitude 291 metres. That sounds quite high. Not sure if that is or not. I don't know really. It's a bit tricky one. Like you say, I've not raced here before, and we've not hosted here before. In iRacing anyway. It'd be interesting to see what pans out. I know there was quite a lot of close times in the last practice session just before we went live. I think a couple of guys got 118s or just under. But there wasn't a lot separating the top. Was it 25 room? I'm trying to remember now.
Yeah, well, I think about top 20 was within 1 second of each other, yeah. So it definitely is looking like it's going to get close. During qualifying, you have to keep an eye on the pit exit, and the people are coming up for a flying lap. But yeah, that's all also up to the drivers. And the same things go. Sector 1 and 2 are the most tricky one to get through. The Audi R8 seems to be the favorite car for this track, as most of the Audis were all within that top 20. So let's see if that stays the same for qualifying and during the race. We've got 25 minutes of qualifying and 45 minutes of racing. So.
Oh, microphone keeps on breaking up there, Ruben.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, control and delete. Switch it on and off or whatever other IT pearls of wisdom there is.
Apparently, Wheels of Thunder, aka Paul, thinks it's sexy.
Yeah, each your own. So, where are we from last week? So, obviously, round 1 last week at Laguna Seca was won by Adam Southgate, is currently heading the tables, ahead of Will Chadwick and Peter Smith. Lots to play for, long old season. But I say that, but they go so quick.
Yeah, they sure fly by. I mean, yeah, it seems like only yesterday we were doing, we were closing out the last season, and now we're already up to round 2. So, yeah, I mean, the next 6 weeks is going to fly by, and then we'll see what comes after this.
Already planning, are we?
Always planning.
Always
Never
scheming.
stop planning.
Yeah. So check out our little race yesterday that we were supposed to do during our gap week, and we finally got around to doing. 175 miles of Daytona, apparently. So that was quite an instant-packed race.
Yeah, it was a good race, actually. It was very enjoyable to watch.
Very interesting finish, I must admit, between the 3 cars. But
yeah, I mean, you don't really get closer than that, do you? Really, a 3-car wide finish over the line.
That's right. It's a shame we had to endure so many, what do you call them, yellow flags, but that's part of oval racing, apparently. Possible good revenue stream, that one, though, with all the brakes.
Yeah, we might have to reach out to some sponsors if we ever do NASCAR again, just to fill in the
10-second adverts.
Yeah, now I understand why they had so many adverts in the US.
Yeah, it's easy, isn't it? poor old commentators don't have to say anything then. So, what's happening in there at the moment? So, continuing the theme of last practice just before we went live, Luke McKeown, I can't speak today, I've got brain freeze.
Luke McEwen.
Thank you. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble reading tonight. So, sorry, yeah, Luke McEwen, I can't say it.
Just said it. McEwen.
Thank you. Luke, I'm going to call him, has got under 118 again like he did in practice. So currently at the front, Cannon Brandt second with a 118.19. So I suspect that time will be beaten. Just running down the list very quickly, we've got top 17 cars within a second. So it should still be as close as it was in practice. So I'm not too sure how many of them were sandbagging, but good job they disconnected in time there.
Yeah, a bit of a slide there from Kieran Smart.
I think it might have just put himself slightly.
It looks like someone just went into space. Yeah, I thought just went into space.
And he just landed.
Oh, we got to see a replay of that, Phil. That's almost as spectacular as yesterday's one in the Daytona. Yeah. I love the way the rear wing just pops on like the fifth bounce. It's good to see that people are enjoying last night's race. Just something a little different.
Yeah, good evening, Winey. We did have fun, and coming back on the adverts, I mean, we could use the caution times to show some proper replays of what was going on.
Oh, steady. Phil's got one, can only do one thing, that's why it's called one job. Someone else has just gone off there. So, just a quick heads up, we have a race control tonight. We've got Aaron, Neil, and Ed. Is it Ed Lack in there tonight?
Yeah, Ed is also. Yeah, he's also in there.
So they'll be sorting anything out in real time as best they can. I think last week went quite well. Didn't they hand out everything during the race that they needed to hand out? So.
Yeah, there were a few after race penalties, but it was all sorted out on the night.
Good.
Chris Needham back in 14th. Had a really good round one last week, didn't he? Didn't he finish P7?
Are you obviously reading the thing? Yes. I didn't realise your memory was that good. He did.
Cheers for the follow, PTG Gabby 2020. Welcome to our stream.
So not blowing our own trumpet, obviously CXR Project Black, first and third currently, with Adam Southgate and Peter Smith. So hopefully that will continue. But it's nice to see a number of independents, or different teams, should I say.
Well, both of them are driving the Ford GT, and they definitely seem to struggle tonight with that car. So, and as we said before, it's the Audis who are having the most fun on track. So I think we're gonna see some swaps in the standings, but we'll have to wait until the race is finished to be sure.
To be sure.
Yes, man. No, he didn't went flying to the pits like you did yesterday, Winey. Definitely not. No, we've watched that one, and it was quite interesting how you were sent up into the air and hovering around like a helicopter for a couple of seconds before our racing decided to put you back into the pit.
Did we say thank you for the latest subscriber?
Yeah, I just did.
Excellent.
Unless my mic cut out again, or is that good now?
I can hear you at the moment. So.
Yeah, you're all good now. All good to me.
I'm good. Nice.
It's a good.
So we do have some people cheering on for Justin van der Linde from iRacing NL.
I.e. you.
What? No, we've got Willetje and Bartjeu.
So there.
Yeah, say that again. Mark,
No.
come on.
Hey, who? William what?
No,
Billy
Willetje
Fletcher.
and Bartjeu.
Billy Fletcher just went into P9 with a 118.4.
And consequently goes straight into the pit after.
Yeah, so far it's... we said that during practice were the Audis who were sort of dominating the top 15 to top 20, but during qualifying it's Ferrari on P3, P4, another Ferrari on P6, a Ford on P7, another 2 Ferraris on P9, P10, so...
I think there's a little bit of sandbagging in there.
Just only... is it only one BMW tonight? I think it is.
Yeah, it does look that way.
Travesty. No one's switched to those between races.
Yeah, we had one switch. We
we?
Arnaud Chanonnier who switched cars.
Oh, what's he gone in there? Where is he? Need to get a bigger monitor. He's in a Fezzer. Okay.
Nice pronounce. Ja, het is gewoon Willetje en Bartjeu.
Hey?
Simple. Yeah, yeah.
Ha ha ha. William Bartu.
Yeah, you're sounding more like you're saying his name and then you need sneeze.
I never proclaimed at any point in time to speak Dutch. So, just over halfway through the session, Luke is still the only one to break 118 at the moment.
Yeah, although we just had an incident on track.
Yeah.
A lot of people are struggling tonight.
Anyone out on the fast thing? We got anyone on the fast lap at the moment, Phil? Can you see on your Starship Enterprise dashboard anyway?
Have we got any what, sorry?
Any fast lappers? Everyone seems to be on orange at the moment.
I don't get any information on whether they're on a faster lap, no.
Ah, that's a shame. Should we go on board with someone then? Let's do something a little different. Who can we go on board with? Ooh. So we are currently on board with Billy Fletcher. Struggling a little bit. It's usually in the top sort of 3 or 4. Very consistent last season, was unlucky not to end up winning. Basically down to, I think he missed one race, didn't he? Because he was working or he couldn't make it or selling a car or something. I can't remember what it was. But could have well cost him the championship, ironically. He was very consistent outside of that.
Very tidy there for the last chicane.
Coming up, start finish. And this is the horrible bit here. Coming up to the first corner now. This little first section, I never used to like this.
Well, it's amazing when you nail it, but...
Yeah, when you nail it. But there's a lot of elevation change there as well. And like you see the pit exit was right on the brow of the hill as well there. It'll be interesting with cold tyres, let's put it like that.
On board with Peter Smith on a fresh lap. He just actually went into P16 from P30 something, so I'm guessing that this is going to be his fast lap.
What a horrible interior.
Oh, dear.
You all right, Everett? What have you
Oh,
spotted?
yeah, sorry. I was just watching something else on track. Let's say it's busy.
It is
It's
busy, but
very busy on track.
it's not difficult for people to find a gap. If they all go out at the same time, it's going to be harder, isn't it?
No, that's true, but the way people try to find their or create their gap, that's another story. But so far, I think every single driver has put a lap time in.
The only other option, obviously, is to do the private laps or whatever they do in iRacing, but then it's not going to be as much fun to watch, is it?
No, I mean, I totally agree. It's up to the drivers themselves as well to sort of try and create a gap during qualifying.
Up to P8 for Pete Smith.
There you go. So from P16 to P8. Yeah, he was telling us that the Ford doesn't really like the curves on this track. Oh, there we see.
Oh, hello. Someone's Ferrari there, just go whipping past.
Yeah, hitting probably the grass on the outside of turn 1 and scooting across.
Oh, just as we say that, commentator's curse. Mr. Johnson goes off as well. Caught the back end on the grass and off she went.
On board with Chris Needham in the only BMW. Currently in P18.
Very dominant last season, the BMW.
Yeah. But
And
then
the
again,
McLaren.
looking at the lap times though, I mean, the top 29 is roughly within 1 second.
Yep. I've just noticed there's only one McLaren, and that was a dominant car last season as well.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the Audi and Ferrari who's sort of top
goodbye.
favorite cars.
I tell you what, I think there's going to be a few twitchy bottoms tonight.
Well, keep in mind, people are trying to push for that fastest lap during qualifying.
Yeah.
To position themselves on the best place of the grid they can do, but and they hopefully and probably will calm down a little bit during the race, but
Well,
it will be action-packed. That's one thing for sure.
that's why we've had to plough additional resources into race control. Just see a picture of there, the elevation change. It's not always easy to appreciate sometimes, especially when you're watching on TV from above. It always looks flat. We're just coming up to 5 minutes left of the session. Majority of drivers have put 10 or 11 laps in so far. But Luke is still hanging in there. Still the only person under 118.
Yeah, and I think it was Mark Fletcher in the practice session who was on P2 with a 1:18.004, and currently in qualifying he's on a 1:18.233. Third in practice was Liam McNeely, who's currently in P2. He did a 1:18.056 in practice, and for this qualifying session he's on a 1:18.150. It's still super close, but they just don't seem to be able to squeeze that little bit of extra time out of their lap to try and grab the pole position from Luke McKeon.
Oof, 1,000th of a second behind. Mark Fletcher's just come into second.
And there you go.
So you're on board with yellow Peter Hoogland, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. The nice orange and black Audi. Yeah, this is going to be quite a hectic race. I can already sense it, I think.
It'll be fine. Can't have a boring race. Nobody likes a boring race. Ah, fixed dash.
Thank you for the host there. I knew the details.
So, we're getting close to the end of qualifying.
Yeah,
A lot of position changes.
Probably enough, what, 2 laps?
Yeah, I reckon. As you can see, it's a fast track. Like Mark stated at the beginning, it's 4.09 kilometers long. That's longer than the race we did in round 1, but they are roughly, wow, a couple of seconds quicker than they were last week.
Yeah, that back straight, it is a long back straight though. It's good for a good drafting passing zone, especially as long as you can get on the inside, breaking down hill into the chicane, you can normally get a good decent pass done there.
No Teletubbies liveries tonight. Tonight we're seeing all the nice team paints. Nobody really on a quick lap. And the last minute is counting down.
William Chadwick goes into P5. 118.231.
Wow, so let's see. William Chadwick is in the 118.2s. Jelle Pieter Hoogland is in the 118.2s. Adam Southgate is in the 118.2. Billy Fletcher is in the 118.2. And Stephen Bird as well. That's insane. It's 5 drivers within 100ths of a second. Or sorry, within a tenth.
Martin Hobson just moved up into P14. And he
Yes,
jumped
he
about
did.
10 places there.
Had a good clean lap, probably. So again, good evening to all watching. This is round 2 from the US GT3 Championship hosted by CXR. And we're close to starting the 45-minute race at Road Atlanta.
So checkered flag is now out, so it's on the lap you were if you cross the line in time.
Already making sure that I got enough breath to call out all the names.
Yeah, you're going to need it.
Expanding them lungs.
Milton Cavalier moves into P6 there. I think jumped from about P16. I think Chris Needham as well moved up to P16 as well. So
And that makes it
movers.
makes it 6 cars in the 1:18.2. Close. It's close.
It sure is. Right, while we wait for the grid results to come up, because there's always a bit of a delay for the results, because you got to let the session finish, I suppose. When the race finishes, you get them straight away. As soon as everyone's crossed over the line, they pop straight up. But as soon as everyone's crossed over the line, or there's no chance of you doing another lap, you'd think it would end right there, but bit of an odd one.
Should be close to.
And there we go.
So there we have the results for the qualifying. That's Luke McKeon in P1, Mark Fletcher in P2, Liam McNeely in P3, Callum Brandt P4, William Chadwick in P5, Nilsson Carvalho P6, Jelle Pieter Hoogland P7, Adam Southgate P8, Billy Fletcher in P9, Stephen Bird in P10, Peter Smith P11, Elliot Harper in P12, P13 is Benjamin Johnson, Justin van der Linde P14, Martin Hobson P15, Chris Needham P16, Mike Imay P17, Arno Channonier P18, Josh Johnson in P19, Kieran Smart P20, Dominic Furter P21, Jason Hudson in P22, Dan Carpenter P23, Raul Suarez P24, Matthew Hodges is P25, David Fasole P26, Andreas Hauser P27, Matthew Dambreen P28, Duncan Kirby P29, Ben Craner P30, Jack Clifford P31, Matt Acton P32, Dries Kader P33, Dennis Meisner P34, Miles Owens P35, and Damien Schaaf P36. And then I'm waiting for P37 is Josh Thompson, Michael Mason P38, and Karen Williams rounds it off in P39.
There's another 2 pages yet.
Oh, it went well. I still have my breath. So it's a 45-minute race. We do have one false repair for all the drivers. It's a full formation lap this time around again.
Yeah, Red Atlanta's a pretty old circuit for iRacing, so yep, full. It gets the full parade treatment.
So the people do have a little bit of time to warm up tires and brakes. But we're gonna have to keep an eye out for turn 1.
Ooh. So who are we going to go for? Who are we going to put a curse on tonight?
It's it's a bit of a big call, really, isn't it?
I'm gonna go with Mark Fletcher. He wasn't with us for round 1.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to go Luke McKeon just purely because of the Audi. The Audi power really here is shown quite dominant. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go with Luke McKeon.
I ain't got a Scooby to go for. I was going to go William Chadwick, but I should really support one of our guys, really. But then I suppose if we jinx it, we don't want to support our guys in that sense, do we? So I'll stick with William Chadwick then.
you can support whoever you want, mate. So the first 20 drivers will get points at the end of the race.
Right, I will leave you guys to commentate, and then we'll catch you in a bit. Good luck.
I'll see you later. Enjoy your dinner.
Phil. Cheers, man. But yeah, I think it's going to be quite an eventful race, Road Atlanta.
Let's hope nobody does anything too silly in the first sector. Cold tyres and all that. As we often say, it can't be won in the first corner, but it certainly can be lost.
No, and I mean, we've got 39 drivers on track, so... But we'll see.
Plenty of time.
Wait and see.
So 45 laps. I'm trying to work that out in my head. How many laps we reckon we're going to have then? It's going to be 30, early 30s, I expect. Don't sound convinced with my maths there, Room, do you?
No. Well, I'll leave the maths up to you. You're the statsman, so.
Right, so coming into the final sector. Cool, look at that.
So Luke McKeon is the one who will lead the pack once the pace car comes in.
So car comes in.
And we are going green.
We're off. Very enthusiastic flagman there.
Oh, we've got one car going wide already into turn 1.
Justin van der Linden.
And I see Lee McNeely. Neil McNeely is going off. And it seems like he had some sort of an incident with William Chadwick. I'm not quite sure, but William Chadwick is showing damage on the rear spoiler as well.
Going too wide there.
Oh, and another car.
Oh, ow. Someone just went flying in the air there.
Oh, well, sorry, but I think I jinxed it for Mark Fletcher.
I was just about to say.
Didn't see him going down that straight there. Car smoking.
So here's a little replay.
Let's see what happens. Is he going to get caught out by the cold tires? Oh, no. Actually, it's not. It was Luke McKeon who seemed to make a mistake.
Ooh. I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration there.
Well, he's going all the way down the order. And he's going to use his fast repair, that's for sure. So already we had a little bit of carnage, but... So Luke McKeon leading the race in front of Carvalho and Billy Fletcher in P3, Callum Brand P4, Jelle Pieter Hofland P5, Adam Southgate P6, Peter Smith P7, William Chadwick P8, Stephen Bird P9, and to round the top 10 off, it's Benjamin Johnson. And it's William Chadwick who's still driving, so he doesn't seem to be affected by that rear ring damage too much. Oh, and we see a spin by Peter Smith. Yep. And one of the Ferraris as well. I think that was Stephen Bird.
Stephen Bird, yeah.
Now they'll have to gonna wait for most of the cars to pass to rejoin the track in a safe manner. It seemed a little bit like contact between William Chadwick and Peter Smith there.
Oh. Well, that's one for waste control to have a little look at.
Probably the only good thing is he probably doesn't have any damage, but he's gonna have to fight his way back through the field.
Well, it still is. It sounds, I suppose, if you're going to do it during the race, early in the race is better than obviously late in the race. Gives you half a chance. I think, was it Billy Fletcher last week? Had a good run back. He had an issue, fell to the back and managed to get comfortably back into the points.
That's
Was it Billy?
What you're saying?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
So far, Luke. Oh, and there's Justin van der Linden with
Arnold Channonier.
Arnold Channonier coming on to the sort of first of the back straights out of that chicane going up the hill. But Luke McKeon is pulling away. But Carvalho seems to have the gap to Hoogland as well. Billy Fletcher is close to Jelle Pieter Hoogland for P3, followed by Adam Southgate. And Callum Brand is coming into the pits with a damaged car.
So Adam Southgate currently running in fifth as the fastest lap at 118.74.
He was our race winner last week.
He was.
At Laguna Seca.
Very good race it was too.
Yeah, that was his maiden win.
So, a little air of predictability from what you said about the Audi starting to dominate. They've got 6 of the top 8, or 7 of the top 10. You know how you want to look at it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there were some incidents involved with at least a Ford and I think a Ferrari as well. So, because it would have been mixed up a little bit more. We see Ben Craner jumping down the positions. Although I didn't see anything popping up, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. Duncan Kirby currently in P19, Lopez P14. And he's being followed by Hutchin, Fasole, McNeely, and Duncan Kirby, who just took a position from Hodges. So Duncan Kirby puts himself in P18. And I think Billy Fletcher just set the fastest lap of the race.
Yep, he has 118.63. But Luke out in front at the moment, still maintaining his 2-second advantage.
Yeah, and it does seem that Hoogland and Fletcher are catching up with P2 Carvalho, which will be an interesting battle. But there are a lot of battles going on track, so it's a little bit hard to follow them all. There we saw a car go a little bit wide.
Looks like Josh Johnson, yeah, he's just gone into 9th. I was just about to say, he's just lost it. So they must be next to each other. There they are.
Yeah, he's battling it out with Elliot Harper.
He's going to have
on the inside there. He's on the inside of the last turn.
He's done it.
Nice move by Benjamin Johnson.
Ooh. That was Josh Johnson.
Sorry, was it Josh?
Yeah. Is that one of Kieran's sponsors in the chat asking to look at Kieran?
And that's his son.
Oh, is it?
Good evening, Matthew.
Oh my God, I've just realised that's not his date of birth, is it?
Oh, Elliot Harper just crashed. Elliot Harper just crashed.
Oh no.
Dropping down quite a lot of positions again. Because as we know, it was very close. Cheers for the subscription, 13 months in a row as well.
Matthew's making me feel very old.
Well, yeah, we're seeing there the replay of Elliot Harper just losing it on his own. It's quite a tough section. You're gonna have to be careful how you control the throttle going up the hill there. It's a little bit bumpy as well.
Don't worry, Matthew. I'm sure we'll have a little look at Kieran shortly. We'll wait until there's a little bit of action around him. We'll pan over.
Well, yeah, there's a lot going on track.
Yeah, just looking at the time screens. There's several little battles flagging up.
We see way further down the field, we see Dennis Meisner close on the back of Mr. Mason for P35. There's a battle going on between Ben Craner and Damien Schaaf. There's another battle between Peter Smith, Miles Owens, and Dries Kader. And then we've got a lot of cars within a second of each other, fighting for the last points positions.
It's interesting. Mark Fletcher's still in the pit, so has he not used his fast repair?
Well, he had a blown engine as well. I mean, he was rocketed into the sky.
Does that not all come under one repair?
I don't know how that's.
How it's set up. Maybe it's one for our tech guru to answer.
I'm really sorry for Mark though, because I think I jinxed him.
Yeah, I feel you know where your 2 stock of CXR hoodies have gone. Have we got merchandise out of interest? I'll do a little plug for it.
Yeah, it's something I was looking into, but...
they're counterfeit ones then. Matthew just dropped himself in it, I think.
So we're looking at the battle between Carvalho, Hoogland, Billy Fletcher and Adam Southgate.
Jack Cliff has just gone off and lost a few places. Now back on. Sliding down again, so I don't know if he's still waiting. Currently 28th.
Chris Needham just overtook Mr. Imade for P10. Trying to chase down Hobson now for P9. So Chris having another good race for RWC Racing.
I'm just having a look. Josh Thompson has slid all the way down to 38th. Is he in trouble? Because he hasn't gone in the pit or anything, but it's a lap down.
Well, I'm looking at his car right now. He just shows a little bit of damage, but nothing major. Probably went into the pit and used the false repair. Oh, pulling up backwards.
Oh, that's got to be horrible feeling sitting there not knowing you can join in a hurry.
Well, yeah, I mean, and as it's blind on the spot where he was, it's hard to see if anybody's coming up. You, of course, can use your relative, but still, the other drivers will get the yellow flag, but...
So Peter Smith's trying to battle his way back up. He's lost 11 positions, currently running in 22nd, but he is only 2 tenths behind Dominic Forster. You just see Raul Suarez going through.
Oh, now Matthew Hodges is dropping down some positions.
Oh, I cursed it.
And Jack Clifford is going into the pit, but yeah, that's a fiercely battle.
So currently 9 laps gone, currently on their 10th lap. So Luke McCone, I can't say it again.
McKeon. Oh, and there we see a hard hit. I think that was Mike Imade. He seemed to lose it. Just
the grass, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a tiny little bit of his left wheels on the cross there,
and probably the worst place you can come off the track because it is just after the pit lane.
Well, yeah. I mean,
so it's a long toe in, or you got to bite the bullet and try and hobble round.
Exactly, but it was a hard hit into the wall, so yeah, it will affect his suspension and steering.
A long toe it is. So, somebody just went a little hot there, I think.
I think it was Dries Kader in the Mercedes CXR car, who came in a little bit hot, like you said. Chris Needham still on P10, trying to chase down Martin Hobson.
So currently, as well, looking at the front, and it's just happened 2 of them have gone off. I was just about to say there was a battle between 2nd, 3rd and 4th, but I think 2 of them might have had a little coming together. And Nilton Carvalho, who was running in 2nd, is now slid down, as we speak, to 9th, 10th.
It's looking like Carvalho just lost it on his own, and unfortunately, Jelle Pieter Hoogland couldn't go anywhere. Here we're going to play.
Okie dokes.
So it's unfortunate for both, but the one that lost out the most, I think, will be Jelle Pieter Hoogland, who was having a great race up until that point, and yeah, just was caught up in the spin by Carvalho. So that puts Billy Fletcher in P2, and Adam Southgate in P3. Jelle Pieter Hoogland fell back to P6 with Josh Johnson, Martin Hobson, Chris Needham, and Carvalho still close behind. And Chris Needham just took the position away from Martin Hobson, so puts himself in P8.
Yeah, again, you've got another little battle between 7th, 8th, and 9th, which we're currently watching. Meanwhile, at the front of the race, Luke McKeown is currently increasing his gap now to 5 seconds ahead of Billy Fletcher, who's ahead of Adam Southgate by 2/10. So Adam's going to try and put a bit of pressure on there as well.
I'm not quite sure what happened in the back of the thing. A little bit of an accident right there at the last turn.
So a third of the race gone, 11 laps, 12th lap. So yeah, it sounds like I was going to be right, Ruben. You'll learn that one day. So 32, 33 laps, I think. So pit window wise, I'm guessing you're sort of looking lap 20 onwards, I would have thought.
Yeah, I think around 30 minutes people will come in. But it's Adam Southgate and Billy Fletcher having a nice little battle.
Currently, excuse me, a bit of a long day. Currently watching Michael Mason, 32nd. I presume this is the first of the back markers already. So Luke's already gone past them. Billy and Adam are following up behind them. So there's Kieran Williams in all his HD glory.
Oh, Billy Fletcher going alongside the back mark. Michael Mason, who also in that way takes the position from Kieran Williams.
So I've got a little train of cars here between 10 and 14th. Just have a look at the lap times. They're very, very similar, a lot of them. Might be a case where you can stay out of trouble the most, I suppose. It just goes to show you, Luke McKeown at the front there, his best laps are 1:18.95 and isn't the fastest, but obviously he's the most consistent. And obviously with a, I was going to say a clearer track, but he's actually going through back markers at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he was going through the back markers. On board with Callum Brandt. Matthew Hodges and Andreas Hauser. Andreas Hauser looks to want to take the position from Matthew Hodges.
So if my eyes aren't deceiving me, your fellow countryman's currently got the fastest lap in 6th position, and that's Yellow Peter Hoogland with a 1:18.6.
There you go.
But you don't get anything for fastest lap this year, so...
No extra point.
Oh, 3 into 1, don't go. Oh, he's just touched again. Oh.
So
yeah.
So there was Martin Hobson and Liam McNeely involved. There's wow.
Ooh, who's rolling?
I think that's Stephen Bird.
Kieran Smart's in trouble. That could have been him, actually.
Oh, it was Kieran Smart.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Stephen Bird.
Just lost control and hit the wall. Did he get touched from behind?
I don't think so. I think he lost it on his own.
Yeah, the back end. Yeah, he's on the grass. That's what it is. And then maybe, I'm not sure if there was a little tap behind or not, but
I think that last car coming up was
probably had nowhere to go if he'd gone wide, unfortunately.
was the lucky one. But there's so much going on that my iRacing is struggling a little bit.
Dear Santa.
So currently we've got 5 people showing out of this race. It's Mark Fletcher who's still in pit, Jack Clifford, Mark Emade, Justin van der Linden and Liam McNeely. And Liam McNeely was one of the cars involved with the incident with, I think it was Martin Hobson.
So Peter Smith and Kieran Williams have gone into the pit, as well as Billy Fletcher.
So there's the 20-minute mark that you were talking about. Duncan Kirby struggled a little bit there and immediately got Jason Hutchin on the tail.
So that's interesting, going for a gamble on an early pit. So Luke McKeown currently leading the race. Is ever increasing his gap to second. He's nearly up to 6 seconds now. William Chadwick is not far behind Adam Southgate, who's in second, just over half a second. Ben Johnson's having a good race, sitting in 4th at the moment, and Yellow Peter Hoogland in 5th. Josh is fought his way back up to 6th.
Oh, a little bit of side info. Justin van der Linden apologizes for what happened on track today. His steering wheel disconnected in turn 5. Wow. Yeah, that's something that you don't want to see. And I can also say that there's been a penalty handed out for causing a collision, and unfortunately, that's for Chris Needham. He's going to get a drive-through penalty. Currently in P7. So he will have to serve that penalty. And there we have Justin in the Twitch chat as well. That's very unfortunate, Justin. I hope it'll be fixed next week, so we can proper race on track. To the race, and it's a nice little battle between Stephen Bird and Peter Smith for P24. Well, in the meantime, I'm also looking for an overtake done by I think there was Carvalho on Chris Needham. And Chris Needham is in the pit, actually. There you go.
Was it 10 second or 15? 15, I think, was it? Yep, he's out. Yep, that Ford is definitely fugly. The interior is even worse.
So it's William Chadwick trying to chase down Adam Southgate. Both still have to come in for the pits, as well as the leader of the race, still, Luke McKeon. Pull away with about 5.5 seconds. So he doesn't seem to have too much effect from the back marks as well.
So Callum Brandt and Dres Kadir is having a little battle. Callum's did overtake him, but Dres seems to be holding it, so they're fighting amongst themselves at the moment.
Yeah, we were looking at a nice battle with Martin Hobson, but he decided to pit this lap. Dries Kader, currently P18, trying to chase down Callum Brandt. Merck versus the Ferrari. Dries Kader started in P33, currently in P18. Another big winner is Matt Acton, started in P32, is currently in P16. Davide Fasole also did a great job, started P26 and is currently in P11. And of course, some people still need to make their pit stops, while others already have done, so those positions will change.
Yeah, our current winner on the grid at the moment is Duncan Kirby. He's gone up 20 places to 9th. So at the moment, it looks like the action is for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th.
Exactly, that's Carvalho, Kirby, Hodson and Fasole. And they're coming up on one back marker, and P7, which is Lopez, isn't that far ahead as well, so...
Dan Carpenter just taking 19th there, away from Marzoe.
Yeah, it was a nice overtake there in the chicane.
So here is the battle for second, as requested by Morgan. So William Chadwick currently half a second behind, trying to close that gap.
And like I said, I mean, he clearly doesn't seem to be affected by the rear wing damage he got in lap 1 of this race.
Like a little sponsor of the spoiler there. Little plug. Right, our leader is in, and so is the second and third.
Yes, they're coming in, they're coming in. So let's see, where's Billy Fletcher currently on track?
Top 5 are now in.
Billy Fletcher is just on the back straight.
Oh, just nudged him. Oh, that's caused a bit of carnage there.
Wow.
Ouch.
And that's Carvalho. I think he towed back to the pit, but he was standing there for quite some time in the middle of the chicane.
So it all happened with a little tiny nudge. You wouldn't think a little nudge would cause such a problem. As you just see here, just catches the back, flicks the one into the other, and then the others behind couldn't avoid. So, race control, they haven't been this busy for a while, have they?
Well, there's a lot going on, but so far they only gave one penalty, which was to Chris Needham. He was black flagged for causing a collision. But it could be that we're going to see some more in the next couple of minutes. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they will be busy. That's for sure. But I'm glad we have them, so they can sort it out. Oh, wow. Somebody lost it there just before the last turn. And they had to go around him. Matthew Hodges, Andreas Hauser and Miles Owens.
Just a quick shout out for the thank you for the follow, Big Vince.
So, looking at the standings though, Billy Fletcher came in quite early in the race when we were 20 minutes on the way. And he's currently in P7, so I do think he
gained a few spaces there, didn't he?
Or
well,
maybe,
in theory, he's up to 6th now. Yes.
Yeah, it's 6th. Yeah, Lopez is showing in the standings, but then again,
could be 7th, 5th. Yeah, no, it's worked. I would say that's been a successful early pit.
There you go. Well, wasn't he in P2?
He was, but he fell back, didn't he? Didn't he have a little incident somewhere?
Oh, there's so much is going on. I'm not quite even sure. And as Morgan is saying, William Chadwick jumped Southgate in the pit. And that's not the first time we've seen that.
And that's not a fight either.
But I mean, it's no, exactly.
No, we've seen a number of undercuts and overcuts and under whatever.
Oh, William did the same in the first GT3 season, European season we've run. So It doesn't surprise me that much. And I can tell you that race control gave another penalty, and the penalty was given to Duncan Kirby. It's not showing why, but I can imagine that's for causing a collision.
Just noticed as well, just looking at the screen, Callum Brandt, I think, is still yet to come in again because he pitted originally on lap 3, so he's not going to have enough fuel in the motor to get to the end. So Billy Fletcher is obviously going to creep up to 4th as a result, with a third of the race left. So it'll be interesting to see if he can start challenging maybe up to 2nd, up to William. He's only sort of 5-6 seconds. Oh, just as I say that, look at that commentator's curse. Billy goes off track. No.
Dear, oh dear. He's going to blame you for this one.
Probably. He's doing so well to get back in it.
Billy is into the pits.
This is what happened. Oh, just a little bit of steer there, would it? Back in, snap a little bit. Right, so we are looking currently at 10th place. Between Stephen Bird and Martin Hobson.
No, it's Peter Smith.
Oh, is it? Sorry, beg your pardon.
Yeah, it's Peter Smith who's trying to take the position from Peter Smith, P10. Matthew Dambrini, one of the Fords. But here we see the battle. And Lopez isn't that far in front of Peter Smith and Stephen Bird, so it is a 3-car battle for P9. And I think the top 8 seems to be, I was saying P9, P8 I mean. Peter Smith now really getting close to Lopez. But the way the Ford jumps the curbs, it really doesn't like the curbs, and you can immediately see that the way he's struggling over the curbs that Stephen Bird gets right up his ass.
I like the technical term there.
I would say.
That Ferrari looks a little retro with the gold wheels. Looks like an older version of a Ferrari.
But the battles for the battle for, say, the top 7 seems to be died down. Quite big gaps. The smallest gap is Callum Brandt, who's only 1.7 seconds behind Adam Southgate. It's still looking keen, leading the way in front of William Chadwick, Adam Southgate, Callum Brandt, Jelle Pieter Hoogland, Benjamin Johnson, Josh Johnson. While Callum Brandt is in the pit lane. So as you said, Mark, he was the only one. So that puts Jelle Pieter Hoogland in P4.
I've just realised that isn't a Ferrari, that's a bloody Ford.
Oh, well, the CXR car is a Ford, mate.
Yeah, sorry, I thought it was a Pheasant. I thought that looks like an old Ferrari.
It's an old Ford.
Yeah. Mind you, actually, that's quite an old car, isn't it now? The old GT.
And for the last points position, or not exactly, it's P21 and P22. Oh, and there's contact. Oh,
Matthew Hodges and Andreas Hauser.
Yeah, just had contact, both hit the wall. It seems like that Andreas Hauser is trying to continue his race, though. We'll see how much his car is damaged and if he can continue or if he will jump into the pit at the end of this lap.
So Ben Craner is closing the gap on Miles Owens, back down 21st and 22nd at the moment. So keep an eye on him.
And Peter Smith just overtook Lopez. Oh, Peter Smith having a big slide going into that last chicane, and again nearly puts Lopez on the inside for the last turn.
Ben Craner manages to get the job done on Miles, goes up to 21st.
Oh, what a battle between P7, 8 and 9. We're on board with them now. It's Peter Smith who had some oversteer moments coming into the chicane, out of the chicane, over the hill. But eventually he took the position from Lopez, who now also has to give the position to Stephen Bird. So he drops about 2 positions in, say, 2-3 turns.
So Arnold Chanier is just gone up to 23rd, just overtaken Andreas Hauser, who's gone into the pit.
It seems like Lopez isn't able to stay on board with the battle that's going on between Peter Smith and Stephen Bird. A nice little battle between the Johnson brothers, Venom Racing Team, P5, P6. Oh, I think we had a multi-21 there, as Phil once called it. Multi-21.
Is that a technical term, is it?
Yeah, Benjamin Johnson just let Josh pass on the straight, giving him the position.
It's a family affair, obviously.
And as we can see on the screen, you can choose your driver of the day by pulling in the number in front of the name in text chat. You don't have to do anything else. Just put in the number in text and it'll give you your vote for your driver of the day. So please do so. In the end, people don't get anything out of it, but it's always nice to be voted as driver of the day. So put your number up.
Ooh, who do we go for?
There's another nice battle going on for P15 at the moment. That's David Fasole with Chris Needham.
So if Neil is listening, anyone got 0 incidents in this race? I suspect they haven't. That's a tough one. I mean, Josh has had a cracking race up to 5th, gone up 14 places. Luke has had a touchwood, a faultless race so far. Choices. Who's currently in the lead? Luke, the leader at the moment. Luke McKeown.
I'll leave that up to you. Currently, we're watching on the battle, as I said, and we're switching over. There's way too much going on track. It's hard to follow. But it's Peter Smith now on the back of Benjamin Johnson.
Here comes my controversial choice. Gosh. Oh, I've done it again. Oh, no. I pressed the wrong button. I'm looking at the position on the grid, on the track, and it's not. It's the number in the bloody scrolling thing, isn't it?
Look the thing that's scrolling next to the Twitch.
Yes.
How hard is it? I even explained it. Anyways, a nice little battle there. Peter Smith just overtook Benjamin Johnson, who's currently in P6.
It's like explaining technology to your dad.
What was that?
Exactly.
Oh, he's jumping out of the chat already.
Hey,
wanted to say something.
Who's woke you up? Go back. Get back in your box. God damn it. I was actually supposed to vote for Josh. And even if I did, I would have pressed 96 if I got the right number anyway, which isn't even on the bloody list.
But I must say, hell of a job by Peter Smith coming back down the order again, while he was involved in that little incident that put him down like somewhere in the 30s. Currently in P6, and Benjamin Johnson unfortunately is looking to lose another position to Stephen Bird. And he seems to have a little bit of front end damage as well, so maybe that's what's causing the problems. And it's Ben Craner currently in P20 with Matthew Dambreen close behind, half second. But like I said before, David Fasole and Chris Needham are close to each other, who are currently following Dominic Furster. We're close to the last 5 minutes of this race.
So, just as we look at the last 5 minutes, William Chadwick just put the fastest lap in on 118.58.
There you go.
He has got the gap all the way down to 2 seconds, so been interesting last 5 minutes if he can get the pressure on.
Well, yeah, I hope Luke McKeon took enough fuel in his pit stop, or he's just sort of controlling that gap.
Coasting it, yeah.
Yeah, not pushing it, not making any mistakes. I mean, 5 minutes.
His last lap was a second slower, whilst you turn into a Dalek. Oh, Ruben gone. Oh no, I'm going to have to hold the fort. So Luke has just gone over the line at 1:19.02 and William Chadwick at 1:18.6, so he's taken another half a second out.
Yeah, I think Ruben's internet has just cut out maybe or something.
Oh, he ain't gone to the toilet again.
No,
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
Oh, you're back.
I was here all the time, mate. But maybe it cut out a little bit. I don't know. Like I say, I think it's struggling to keep on with all that's going on track. And as I said, Stephen Bird had taken Benjamin Johnson. So Peter Smith, Stephen Bird, P67. Looking at Lopez, who now is the next one to try and take the position from Benjamin Johnson. To get to.
I think we got to have a little ganders at first and second shortly because William is. Oh, you cut out again there. Sorry, Ruben, I'll probably cut across you. I was just saying, William Chadwick is cutting that time down quickly. Did I not? Okay. It's down to 1.5 seconds.
Well, it's quite interesting though. I mean, it's not the first time. Again, this is something else. He's good in the.
Is he fuel saving?
Well, I'm not sure, but
he's down to 1.2.
We've seen it different positions, and he always seems to be quick near the end of that race. But we'll see if it's going to be enough to really put that fight on for the P1, the win for round 2 of the CXR. Benjamin Johnson just lost the position to Lopez, so he dropped down to P9.
Just looking down the list, Peter Smith in 6th. He's only 0.3 behind Josh.
Like Chris Needham took the position from David Fazzole.
Callum Brandt is also less than 2/10 behind Jason, down in 11th and 12th. Oh, it's a good job we don't have DRS on these things. So William is now down to a second, or less than a second now, 0.8. I think there might be an issue near the front. Oh, he's just gone back up slightly. You can see he's right behind him now. Back markers as well. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
It definitely is going to be interesting. Maybe, like you said, he definitely is fuel saving. Or
half a second.
I mean, his car looks clean. So I don't think it's any damage that's causing him to sort of go that slow. William Chadwick is just firing away.
Well, as they say, I suppose it's one thing to catch someone, it's another to pass them, isn't it? With what's in essence going to be a one-lap shootout.
Well, that's true, but like you said, the back markers are into play now as well, those two. So
yeah, little random factor in it.
And I think the next lap will be a white flag.
Both gone through the first one. No dramas there.
Well, that's always nice, Justin. You had some people cheering you on at the beginning of the race. Maybe it's one of them.
It was probably me. Probably pressed the wrong button. I don't want to upset you.
So, no more back markers as of now in front of Luke and William.
So it's going to be one more lap?
it's going to be one more lap. William did lose a little bit of time, though. So maybe that gap is now just big enough for Luke to bring home that win. But he will first have to finish this lap.
Yeah, it might be one lap too many, I think.
Oh, there's another battle going on between Peter Smith and Josh Johnson. So there we've got Falcon Sim cheering on for Luke, obviously. They're rooting for him to bring home that win for VSR.
And he's halfway around the lap, so it's looking good. He's got his lead up to 8/10.
Yeah, he's got the hardest part done of this track, but then again, it all could go wrong. I mean, we've seen more cars crashing out.
Don't want to touch the grass on the last corner, do you?
Exactly. Although I'm not quite sure. I think he could even spin over the start-finish line. So, but it's looking good so far. Going through the chicane, all clean. Same goes for William Chadwick. There we have it. Going through the last turn. Keep it on track. He does. He stays very clean and well done. Luke McKeon takes the win of round 2 at Road Atlanta with William Chadwick coming in P2. We're waiting for Adam Southgate, who just came across the line in P3. Jelle Pieter Hoogland, waiting on him for the Funworks team. Coming across the line in P4, and then it's another 10 seconds waiting for another Funworks driver, which is Josh Johnson. Coming into P5. Peter Smith and Stephen Bird were close. And they had a great battle, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had a great battle up until
just
that
looking. A couple of attempts between them.
Exactly.
Dominic Forster's having a little look. He's only just over a tenth behind Chris Needham, but they're going over the line as they were. So 14th and 15th for them. Just waiting for the last few to get across the line. David Fasole, 16th. Dan Carter, 17th. Dres Kadir in 18th. Matt Acton, 19th. Ben Kramer, 20th. And I think it's just Matthew Danbreen who's just crossed the line, finishes it off.
There you go. But I think Dres Kadir just lost the position to Dan Carpenter somewhere in those last couple of turns. But there we had it. Round 2. Road Atlanta. Done and dusted. With a new race winner in the CXR leagues. I'll leave it up to you, Mark.
Oh, lucky me. Okay.
Get out of breath, mate. Lose it.
Right, cut the deep breaths. I'm going to read through the timing screens. Is that going to be quick? Oh, here we go. Right, so winner of the day, Luke McKeon. Second, William Chadwick. Adam Southgate in third, rounding out the podium spots. Jelle Pieter Hoogland in fourth. Josh Johnson, great drive, 14 places up from the grid in fifth. Peter Smith, sixth. Stephen Bird, seventh. Raul Lopez in eighth. Ben Johnson in ninth. Martin Hobson, 10th. Callum Brandt in 11th. Jason Hodgson, 12th. Elliot Harper, 13th. Chris Needham in 14th. Dominic Forster in 15th, David Fasole in 16th, Dan Carpenter 17th, Dres Kadir in 18th, Matt Acton 19th, Ben Craner 20th, Matthew Danbreen 21st, Miles Owens 22nd, Arnold Chalonier 23rd, Kieran Smart 24th, Andreas Hauser 25th, Damien Shave 26th, Dennis Miser 27th, Josh Thompson 28th, Matthew Hodges 29th, Duncan Kirby 30th, Michael Mason 31st, Billy Fletcher 32nd, Neil Toe Carvalho in 33rd, Kieran Williams 34th, Liam McNeely 35th, Justin van der Linden 36th, Mike Imade in 37th, Jack Clifford 38th, and Mark Fletcher rounding things out in 39th. Bloody hell. Is it time for the next race now?
That's a lot to go through, isn't it? So where are we next week for round 3? Is it
it's Road America. It's Road America next week, is it?
No, I believe it's guessing. Barber. I think you're guessing, yeah. It's Barber Motorsports
Am I guessing?
Park. Yeah,
it's
so
where?
Next week, Barber Motorsports Park.
Ah, it's the new one. We've not been there, have we?
No,
nope.
So, yeah, looking forward to that.
That's Road America the week after. Oh, I was nearly right.
Yeah, round 4 is Road America.
So Barber Sport is I know nothing about that. I might have a little look at that before we go there next week.
Yeah, it's a decent circuit. It can be tricky, but it's quite fun. So it's definitely worth a watch. So I'm just trying to find.
Cheers to Falcon Sim, and only the details as well. Cheers, and also another thank you for following Lilo Finn. It was all happening while Mark was reading the settings. By the way, I think you gave Billy Fletcher another position.
Did I?
You Michael Mason was 32nd and Billy Fletcher 31. You turned those around, but doesn't really matter anyways. What a race we had there, guys! What a race!
Yeah, there was so much action.
It was so hard to keep up with what was going on.
Pretty difficult to follow.
Yeah.
Well, race control, I think it's fair to say, have been busier than usual tonight. I
think they will be busy still after the race. We saw 2 black flags handed out during the race, but a lot happened on track. So that's what we've got race control for, to figure it all out. We'll leave it up to them. We are just simple commentators, and Phil, of course, does all the camera stuff and the overlays and everything else nice to make the stream look even better. So.
I call it creating the magic.
Oh, wow.
Creating the magic.
Creating the magic. Well, there you go. But yeah, what a race.
Who won driver of the day in the end?
I believe it was...
I think it was Luke.
It was Luke.
Yeah, it was Luke with 4 votes, 26.7% of the vote.
So that's a double. First double.
There we see Mark Fletcher flying, by the way.
There we go. Altitude at its best, that one.
Yeah, that didn't do his car any good. That's obvious. But some nice little replays there. But yeah, I mean, looking forward to Barber next week, round 3. And if you're not already following, give us a little follow so you're up to date. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll catch you next week. Cheers to everyone for watching. Cheers to the new followers. And yeah, we'll catch you next week, same time, 8:15, for round 3, Barber Motorsports Park. Cheers, Mark. Cheers, Ruben.
No problem.
Cheers,
good night.
Cheers.
Sleep
Neil,
tight.
Aaron and Ed also in race control. I'm sure they're busy, so yeah.
Might need an extension tonight, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Catch you next week, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.